I am Dr. Newton James from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA. My presentation is entitled A Framework for an Integrated Solid Waste Management Monitoring and Surveillance System Towards Building Caribbean Resilience to Climate Change. This study was completed with the assistance of Veronica Ivanova, a CARPHA intern from the Faculty of Health, York University. The framework is a planning tool to build resilience, adapt to climate change, and to protect human health. We are aware that solid waste management is an important determinant of health, influencing and affecting human health outcomes. Climate-sensitive solid waste management processes and operations are impacted by climate events in the Caribbean, and these include droughts, severe flooding, extreme temperatures, as well as intense tropical cyclones. These tend to exacerbate health issues related to dust, bio-aerosols, vermin, contaminated water, and food. Additionally, they result in adverse human health outcomes, for example, infections and chronic diseases, acute poisoning, and injuries. The overarching objective of this study was to develop a framework for an integrated solid waste management monitoring and surveillance system for solid waste disposal facilities to strengthen resilience to climate change and to protect human health. This objective was achieved by firstly conducting an extensive literature review, which captured research into climate change and solid waste management, as well as health issues, monitoring and surveillance in solid waste management, and key challenges of Caribbean solid waste disposal facilities. Secondly, an adaptation of Thyberg and Thonger's solid waste management framework was formulated. And finally, benchmarking was done using an international solid waste management standard. The resulting framework consists of 4 components: plan, implement, evaluate, and improve. Each of these components consists of several subcomponents, and each of which has guiding elements that can be adapted to the specific solid waste disposal facility. Together, all of these components allow for definition of system components, integration of socioeconomic aspects, as well as potential climate change events and assessments. It allows for collection of data and performance assessment, and for easy review, update, and improvement over time. The expected outcome of this framework is to strengthen regional public health, build confidence in solid waste management, and to create climate-resilient solid waste disposal facilities. This framework considers climate change impacts and issues related to monitoring and surveillance, solid waste management scenarios, which in turn would inform strategy and policy, assessment of site-specific impacts, risk vulnerability assessment, and finally, adaptation responses. The framework also addresses key challenges at solid waste disposal facilities, which must be considered in planning. And these include resources for monitoring and surveillance, stakeholder participation, funding, whether it is short-term or long-term, emergency and incident response planning, as well as data collection. With that, I thank you for your attention.